Okay, today we're gonna be going through the MT4 platform just briefly and just to familiarize with the overview. As you can see on my left, you have on the top menu, this is the file, which you can be, if you look at the drop down, you'll have the option to open a new chart. You can open this offline as well. You might open deleted pairs which maybe you had on your chart earlier and was not interested in. You have the profiles. We'll go through the profile setups. We'll do a separate video for that, so be sure to watch out for that. And then, if you want to close it, if you want to save maybe a profile, you want to save the chart maybe as a picture, maybe you want to post it on your socials. And then uh, the data folder, we'll see how that works later on. This is basically if you want to maybe install an EA or an indicator, maybe which is externally created, not from basically the MQ4 community of 5, MQL4 5. Then that goes in there. All right. And so this is when you want to open an account. We'll do separate videos for this. When you want to log in to trading account, put in your credentials at all, right? The view, basically, you want to see whether you want to see it in Arabic, Bulgarian, any of the languages which you're comfortable in to operate. Now the toolbars, this is where now just a drop down menu of the toolbar which is lying here, because you see you have the standard toolbar, right? So you have the charts, the line studies, the time frames, and these are uh, placed here conveniently. This is basically the crosshair when you want to use it. This is if you want to draw a vertical line, horizontal line. This is when you want to draw a trend line, for example, like the one you're using here, right? This is for the equidistant channel, and this is a tool which I definitely will be creating videos about it. It's a Fibonacci, a very favorite tool of mine, to use as a chartist. And if you want to maybe annotate your work, you draw a text, draw a text label, etc. This just give you, maybe you want to mark areas on your chart, maybe with a thumbs up, with the arrow up. Maybe I'll use this arrow up just for demonstration purposes. You can as well, increase it, decrease it, the font size, etc. These the different time frames which are available to you on MT4. As you can see, they're quite limited in terms of the selection, as say opposed to if you're using TradingView, which is much more there's much more flexibility when it comes to time frames. You can be able to customize the time frames to a very large option set, right? So, and again, this is enough for a trader. I mean, whatever works for you, but this is just more than enough for the different time frames. Um, you have here, if you wanted to create a new order, that is the order panel that comes in there. We're going to go through this separate videos. And then, of course, the line studies. You want to see your chart as a form of a bar chart or in candlesticks or maybe just a line chart. These are the three main different type of charts. Again, a little bit limited in terms of preference. If you are someone who maybe you like to view Renko charts or point and figure charts, there are different platforms where you can be able to access that. However, this works just fine. Personally, my preference is the candlestick charts. Then, of course, we're having our zoom in, zoom out uh, icons. This helps you to toggle the windows accordingly. Maybe, if you want to put them in this kind of a layout, I'll close this. This is my risk management. Yeah, I don't need it there. It's not part and parcel of MT4. And then, so if maybe you wanted different time frames, you'd put here the monthly, the weekly, the hourly, etc. Right? So you can be able to view the same instrument on different time frames, be able to take advantage of multi-time frame analysis. Apologies for that pop-up window every time keeps coming up. It's a software bug. I'll work on it later. This will be able to, let me go back to the full chart view mode. You can be able to scroll to the end of the chart. All right. Maybe you're doing your back testing. You click that. You're able to, be able to freeze the chart. Move it without it coming back to the most recent price action or candle. Right. This will shift the chart, from the right border. See, it brings it right there where you wanna see it much better. Even here, say you wanted to draw your Tom DeMark trend lines, which are my favorite types of trend lines, right? Tom DeMark trend lines, they give you an indication of directional breakout in price. So again, same, these are the time frames. And then here we have, if you wanted to save a template here, which we'll go through that as well. Save the template, load it whenever you need it. This saves you time, which we'll see in later videos. However, having said that, basically on the right side, these are the prices. The price for the current instrument. This is the US 30. Down here, you can open different types of charts. This is gold. It's the German 40. I into indices a lot lately, basically because of the volatility involved. So down, of course, if you need help, you can press F1, get guidance. Here we are having the dates. All right, so you can see today is 29th of April. It's showing the current date today and the time. Now, moving forward, I think, yeah, that will be it, unless I did not mention anything. This is just an indicator on the chart. It's an Ichimoku. I can be able to get rid of it easily if I wanted to, right, as well as the moving average. Then on this bottom panel here, I had added some indicators. That's the MACD, and this is the stochastic. And that would generally be the very brief introduction into a brief walkthrough on the MT4 platform. Of course, we're going to be doing much more later on, but I think that is quite general and informative for now. Else, moving forward, we'll be having different videos to just explain the different tools, so you can be able to be much more comfortable when using MT4, and maybe even give you an edge in your trading. You never know. So that will be it for now. Thank you for tuning in, and good luck in your trading. Be careful out there.